National Hockey League, which was then, and probably still is now, the best ice hockey leagues in the world. And we used to actually have ice hockey matches, sometimes 2 and 3 games, during the day. Because when you see ice hockey at that sort of standard, and realise how thrilling and exciting and brilliant it is, then you realise that after the war was finished, you know, my grandfather and my father realised that when they were going to start and build another stadium, that the thing to do was to build it in a fashion that could get quite a number of people in and give them something exciting to come to watch. And really, what is more exciting than ice hockey? It goes back to my grandfather, who was commonly known as Icy Smith because of his association with ice. The original rink was the same ice pad as it is now. It was an open-air ice rink, but of course in the summer the sun was melting the ice, and so my grandfather had to come up with some way of covering the ice. And so what he did, he bought a marquee. At that time, it was the largest marquee in Europe. And then in the early 1950s, my grandfather decided he would have another ice rink in Whitley Bay. So he went through and sorted out a site through there, and that was when my uncle went through to Whitley.
After a few years, the hockey did very well over at Durham, and we saw the opportunity that we thought we ought to extend and get over onto Tyneside and plough a bit of the profits which we had made from ice hockey back into the game. And so with that we came and built the rink here over at Whitley Bay, and I personally came over and lived in Whitley Bay at that time.
We used to lease the Forum ice rink at Cleveland, now Cleveland Bombers, it used to be the Billingham Bombers. Well, we used to have the lease from that, and I had 2 brothers, Bill and Sid, who used to run the Forum ice rink. And so of course this sort of rivalry between the 3 clubs got going, you know, for northeast supremacy. And at the end of the day, it just turns out that the best club and the best team happened to come to the surface and left Whitley Bay floundering a little bit behind.
Which is the best team?
Oh, well, Durham was, obviously.
It's not half as bad now that we don't control the Billingham ice rink. But I mean, at the time, I mean, they just used to be warring all the time. You know, in fact, I mean, the younger members of the family, the ones that played like myself, and at the time, Adrian, because he was playing for Billingham at the time, we used to lap it up. You know, to see the parents going hell for leather at each other. I mean, they really used to get stuck into each other. It used to be great, especially at Christmas. You know, just when you get a little bit bored, like you do as kids, and it was time to go, you just mention ice hockey. The party was over and done within 10 minutes. Embarrassing thought about it now. No, you don't like salmon? Well, you don't have to spit it back out. Ham?
Oh dear.
When I used to play for Whitley, I played in Durham, I beat them 7-0. I mean, I had some good times at Whitley Bay, but we didn't, the duration, yeah, the duration, the time I actually played, we didn't win much. Well, I didn't win anything. But since I've been to Durham, I've only been to Durham a year. We've won the league. We've been played in Wembley. Yeah, every major one. And then we went away to Rotterdam. You know, and we did well over there.
You can never take the hockey away from them, can you? No. I think if it's between us and hockey, I don't know who'd win. Difficult one, that one. Sorry.
I mean, it's not like some of the sports. Even as a hobby, some of the sports you can treat as a hobby, and you don't have to be addicted to it to play it. I mean, ice hockey, there's no sort of borderline. There's no 50%. It's either nothing or it's 100%. It's as simple as that.
They come in and go to sleep after and guarantee.
No,
Mondays, Tuesdays, come in, go to sleep on the settee, wake up, bye, see you. Come in at 1:30.
Well, I mean, it's like anything else. I mean, amateur footballers and Everybody, it's just a part of life, getting the hassle off your wife because you're dedicated to the sport. What would we do if we didn't play ice hockey?
We eat, sleep and drink ice hockey in this house. Eat, sleep and drink.